So what's up everyone on YouTube, TheMainManSWE here, hoping you're all doing awesome as always. I have not prepared any notes for this video, any keywords to help me talk, because I'm just going to talk about the fact that Tekken 7 has now officially, according to Harada, reached 6 million copies sold. And the reason I have Tag 2 in the background here, and this is a pretty cool match. You have Ni playing against Nin. Many of you don't know who Nin is, but he's this pretty legendary figure in the Korean scene. He helped turn Tekken into an esport way back in the day, you know, during like 2008, 6, 7, 8, 9. He did so much for the game in Korea. You don't see too much of him anymore. But Ni, of course, you know about, and Tag 2 era Ni, a little bit slimmer, longer hair, those sideburns, he's beautiful to look at. And oh my god, those Tekken skills have always been there. But yes, Tekken 7 has reached 6 million copies, and when we compare to this game, it's pretty remarkable. Tag 2, in case you didn't know, I've mentioned it quite a few times on my channel, in multiple videos. It reached 1.5 million sales in total. 1.5 million. It was not released on PC, but it was released on PS3 and Xbox 360. 1.5 million. Tekken 7 is right now 4 times as commercially successful. And we can talk about commercial success as in sales, and then we can talk about, you know, maybe esport presence, or, you know, maybe a cultural impact. And certainly Tekken 7 is has made an impact in both. I mean, you could go into examples of, is it T-Pain, US rapper, cosplaying Leroy, but more so, like, the esports presence of Tekken 7 compared to Tag 2. The biggest Tag 2 Evo had like 250 players. If my memory serves me correctly, and it usually does, 250 players. And that was going up against Street Fighter 4, which we all know pretty much saved fighting games from, you know, going away. It was Street Fighter 4, thanks to Ono, who unfortunately now has, or unfortunately, has departed from Capcom. Will not be in charge of Street Fighter 6, I think. But he brought back fighting games from the brink of death with Street Fighter 4. And Street Fighter 4, during the Tag 2 era, had like 4,000 players at EVO. 4,000, you know, and Tag 2, 200. It's like Tekken was so dead during those days. It's honestly hard to believe it when you've joined now when we're enjoying Tekken 7. But it might be hard. I mean, fighting games are very niche overall, very niche. But Tekken 7, you know, has some life. Some concurrent players on Steam and PS4. And there is some tournaments. But Tag 2, like, there was nothing. Nothing. The game did so poorly. And again, almost killed the series. Bandai Namco said, nope, no more Tekken games. Harada had to personally do 55 PowerPoints to get them on board, to show them his new creative ideas with slow motion, big explosions, rage arts. Come on, guys. This could be the future. This could revitalize Tekken. Probably saying, like, let's do what Ono did for Street Fighter with Street Fighter 4. Let's try and do something similar. And, you know, start something new and fresh with Tekken. And boy, oh boy, it worked out. 6 million sales. When I heard this game had reached 5 million, I was like, this is incredible, and it's certainly going to stop now. But we are at 6 million. So I don't think it's impossible that it keeps going, considering we're going to get a Season 4. And maybe we'll see how this COVID situation goes. But maybe we'll get a Tekken World Tour 2021. maybe it could squeeze out a couple of more sales. So again, just to compare to the all-time bestsellers, Tekken 7 is now at 3rd place. A lot of people don't know this, but Tekken 6 reached 3.5 million sales. It was also cross-platform, PS3 and Xbox 360. Just like Tag 2. 3.5 million. So Tekken 7, I think by the end of its lifetime, it will probably double Tekken 6. I don't think it's unfair to say that it might reach, it could very well reach 7 million. So Tekken 6, 3.5 million. Tekken 1, 1 million. Or I think 1 million. Tekken 2, I think, someone's gonna have to correct me, but it's like 5. I think 7 has outdone Tekken 2, yeah. And then you have Tekken 4, which also was not a success. I think it's like 2 million or something like that. So the games that are above Tekken 7 right now are Tekken 3 and Tekken 5. Tekken 3 reached like 8.5, and Tekken 5 is also around 8 million. But I think if you add Tekken 5 on PS2 and Tekken 5 DR on PS3, I think that's a combined of like 13 million or something like that. But that's an unfair comparison in my opinion. And I also want to touch upon something. A lot of people say that you can't compare Tekken 7 sales to Tekken 3. Tekken 3 is way above. It didn't have sales. You know, Tekken 7 is constantly on sale on Steam. It's not the same. It's not the same. It's like Tekken 3 was also put on sale. Tekken 3 was also put on Platinum PS1 Classics, 50% off, at least. Tekken 3 was definitely on sale. I know that we want to... Tekken 3 is this legendary game where we feel that it should be worshipped for all time. Nothing comes close, no matter how well it does, but you can definitely draw a comparison. And then people also say that, oh, there was no esports back then to hype the games, etc., etc. And that's true. Definitely. Tekken 7 there's more of an esports presence now to hype games. So you can say that in favor of Tekken 3. But you also have to be fair and say that Tekken 3 was released in an era where there was a huge boom in fighting games. And people were willing to try very different games back then, in 1998. These days, people are interested in 5 AAA blockbuster games, and everyone plays those games. Back then, there was much more diversity, and people were more willing to play obscure genres. And fighting games were very, very big in the 90s. All companies made fighting games. So that's something where it's unfair to compare Tekken 7 to Tekken 3 in many ways. But Tekken 7, for the era it's in, where fighting games are super obscure, it's done enormously well. It really has revitalized not only Tekken, but fighting games overall. And what Street Fighter 4 did for fighting games, Tekken is now doing for fighting games. It is honestly carrying the torch now. Street Fighter has given the torch to Tekken due to the failure, I would say failure, of Street Fighter 5. Street Fighter 5 is still a commercial success, but it's not what the developers or the community wanted in the next Street Fighter game. And Tekken more so resembles, in my opinion, what is the future for fighting games. And considering this great success, we can all hope, and I hope the developers aspire to make the best possible game now with Tekken 8. But this time there's a bigger budget, and we can include more of the game modes that we associate with a Tekken release, both offline and online modes, and that the story mode is more focused. We scratch the character episodes, and we entangle all of the characters, we intertwine them all into the same story. Everyone gets to shine in the story mode. I think that would be certainly the way to go, considering the game is doing so well. a proper story mode. Maybe, you know, take a hint from the Mortal Kombat team, NetherRealm Studios. But so yeah, great news, everyone. I'm so happy for the community. I mean, you know how much I love this game. So seeing, you know, the new installment reach 6 million in sales is nothing short of incredible. And it seems like it's gonna keep going, is my guess. With Tekken 4, yeah, with Tekken 4 being released in a few weeks. Sorry, it's my Alzheimer's. With Season 4 being released in a few weeks. So, yeah, I'm very much looking forward to the future with Tekken and what it's gonna do to fighting games in general. So, great news, everyone, and thanks for listening to me. And be on the lookout for the new updated artwork. When it reached 3 million or 4 million, they did this really cool wallpaper artwork with all of the characters celebrating at a party. And they're going to update it now. And they always add the new characters. I think we already have Fakuram and Leroy added, but I guess we're gonna add Kuni now because we're obviously getting Kuni, and maybe Kiryu. I still have hope. Yeah, each artwork, Nina's boobs get bigger. I've noticed this. Like the ladies have very, very, very big jugs on that artwork. Yeah. So thanks for listening to me. Take care, everyone.